Good morning. So, I know that I had told you I have some really exciting news today, and I figured I would make a live video and talk to you guys about it instead of just making a post about it. So, if you haven't figured it out already, today is my 2-year anniversary as a coach. And when I think that it has been 2 years already, it completely blows my mind that 2 years have gone by so fast. So I wanted to kind of share with you some things that I've learned in the past 2 years, some exciting things, some transformations I've had, and just to kind of help you paint the picture for yourself. This isn't one of those things that you just sign up and then you have success right away. It takes a lot of work, it takes skill and diligence, and before I start going into the money and all of that stuff, because I did crunch a few numbers, so I have some really cool facts for you guys. I have to say that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. So now that all the legalities are set aside, I was looking at some numbers, and I signed up as a coach 2 years ago, so 2014 today. And when I signed up as a coach, I was just kind of not really working the business to build a business. I was working more on myself. I needed to get in shape, and I was just doing it for the discount so I could get my Shakeology cheaper. So I figured, why the heck not, get a discount on it. So I made a total of $154 in my first month as a coach, and I had about 2 coaches on my team. So month 1, just little old me, 2 coaches, and I made $154 in my first month. So a year later, from that first month, I had about 30 to 40 coaches, maybe 50 at the most, on our team, and I made $1,347.62 in a month. So that was when it was starting to get real for me. Like, I had left my job. I was doing this full time at that point, being that it was a whole year, and I was making like just as much as I was making teaching, like, because I was an instructional assistant. So I was making just as much doing this from home as I would make at the job that I had at the school by the time they took all the taxes out and everything. So now, today, 2 years into the business, so from month 1 to a full year later, I had multiplied my monthly income by 9. So I was making 9 times as much as I made in my first month in a full year. So if you are a coach and you're watching this and you're like, oh, I'm not really making as much money as I thought I would be, and you're only like 6 months into it, then you need to just breathe and take a minute and realize that what you're making now is going to be 9 times more, or maybe even more than that, a year from now. So looking at where you are now, you can't judge your chapter 6, like 6 months to where I am 2 years into the business and say like, oh, well, I'm not making as much money as her. Like, I still even look at people who have been coaching for like 5 or 6 years, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, how come I'm not that successful? But then I have to take a step back and realize, well, I've only been doing this for 2 years, and really only a year and a half full time, like really working, because I didn't start seeing the vision for this and seeing that I could actually do something with it and wanting to do something with it until January of 2015, when I went to my first Super Saturday and heard Dave McClain speak. And then the following year I spoke and he interviewed me. So that was pretty awesome. And I think I just saw that he was on here, so I had to mention his name. But yeah, so now 2 years into the business, this month I've made, last month, because this month's not over, $4,607.46. So that's more than triple of what I made last year, and this is just in a month. So last year at this time, I made 3 times less than what I'm making now. And if I were still working my teaching job, there's no way that I would have been able to triple my income in a year. There's no way. I wouldn't be able to get that much of a raise in a year because when you're working in a 9 to 5 kind of job, there is a cap on what you're able to make. And if you want to make more, like, you have to go back to school and pay all this money and then come back and try to make all that money back to pay for the degree that you went to get. So you're really not making more money. And with this, if I want to raise, I work harder. If I want to make more money, I bust my ass and I work hard. Oh, thanks, Helena. You're so cute. Thanks, Erica and Jenna. Yeah, but it's one of those things where if you want more, you just do more, and then you get more out of it. It's not like a regular job where you show up every single day, you do a lot of work, and you still get the same amount of money at the end of the week. So yeah, now sitting at year 2, we have over 300 coaches on our team. So I went from having 2 coaches making $154 in my first month to, there's a bug out here, 2 years into the business with over 300 coaches making $4,607 in a month. So that completely blows my mind that I'm able to make that much money just sitting at home, doing what I want, when I want, hanging out with people that are my best friends, and we get to all hang out in like less than a week in Nashville, and I'm super excited. But this is just something for you guys out there who are brand new, and those of you maybe who aren't brand new, maybe you're like 8 months in and you're like, well, I'm still not seeing like all this money. When is this going to happen? You need to be here in a year. You need to be here in 2 years so that you can look back and say, wow, I did that. If you're going to quit now, like if you're 5 months into the business and you're not seeing what you expected to see yet, you're just 5 months into the business. 5 months into the business, I was still an Emerald coach. It took me 8 months to hit Diamond. 8 months. But that doesn't mean that I quit and I gave up on it. Just because it took some people 90 days to hit Diamond. Some people, I saw a girl on YouTube hit Diamond in 6 days. And that's awesome for her, but that's her story and mine. My story took me 8 months to get there. So the most important thing is, like, if you're going to do something like this, you can't compare your story to somebody else's because you're going to drive yourself crazy, number one. And number two, if you show up every day and you do the work you're supposed to do every day, and, well, not even the work that you're supposed to do, the work that you get to do, because you get to do this. It's not something that you have to do. I wake up every morning and I get to work out with my friend Erin. I get to drink a superfood shake. I get to talk to people and build relationships, and I get to help people. Like, that's something I get to do. It's not something I have to do, and it's just really awesome that the things that I get to do are providing value to my life and the lives of others. So, also, too, something that I thought was kind of funny, well, not funny, it's kind of freaking awesome, actually. So we're 6 months into this year, right? It's July, so we're about halfway through the year. And so far in this 1/2 of the year, I have made what it would have taken me an entire year at my 9 to 5 job. I've made that in 6 months. 6 months. I've made what it would have taken me a full year to make at my job that I had a degree for. And that blows my mind so much. Like, I just can't even, I had to sit down and like actually think about how I wanted to talk about this, because I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, look at me, I have all this money. But no, I didn't just get it. I worked hard for it. And if you want success, it's something that you need to work hard for. And I'm just really grateful that I'm surrounded by people who have that same kind of mindset as me, people who are willing to work hard, people who are willing to not just expect things for them, but they know that they need to put the work in and they're going to get the benefit out. And when I started, you do like a lot for a little. Like, you're going to be doing just as much as I'm doing, or maybe not as much as I'm doing now because I have a team and I have a lot of other responsibilities, but when you get started, you'll be doing the same types of behaviors. There's 3 things that you have to do every single day, and you're going to be doing them every day. And I still do them today, but you're going to be doing them a lot. And you're going to be getting a little. So you're doing a lot for a little. But now, when you get further into the business, you're going to be doing a little for a lot. So what I do now seems like nothing. Like, if I were to make the kind of money that I'm making now, I would have to put in so many hours and do so much work at a regular job. Like, I would probably be exhausted. I would probably be working 60 hours a week to make the kind of money that I'm making from home. And I work maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, and then I'm done. And that's because I'm full-time. When I was teaching and I had a job and I had grad school and everything, I didn't sit and work for 3 hours a day because I did not have 3 hours a day to sit and work. But now that it's my full-time job, I treat it like a full-time job, and I go to work just like anybody else, except I just don't have to leave my house, and I can sit outside. That's something else that's really huge in 2 years, that we live in Florida now, and living in Florida is something that I've always dreamed of, and I never thought that at the age of 24 that I would be able to move out of my house and move into a beautiful apartment in Florida with my fiance and be able to support ourselves and be able to still do things and travel and buy groceries every week and not have to worry about not having money for them and paying bills and all of those things that, like, adulting things. I never thought that I would be able to do all of that at the age of 24. So, 22 years old, I started this business, and here I am 2 years later at 24, just so grateful and so thankful that I trusted myself, that I took that chance. So many people that I speak to every single day, I know that deep down inside they would love something like this. They tell me that. They say, oh, I would love to do what you do, or I would love to be able to travel, but I can't get off of work, and I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, if you stop thinking about the things you don't have and just start thinking about the things that you want, and then do the activities to get the things that you want, then you're gonna get the things that you want. If you focus on the things you don't want, then that's what's gonna happen. So I don't ever think about things I don't want, because I think that's a waste of energy and a waste of time. Every morning I think about the things that I would like. I think about the things that I know are gonna happen, and I put that out into the universe. I put that out there into the future, and every single day I remind myself why I'm doing this, and who I'm helping, and why this is so important to me. And I'm sure if you've been following me for quite a while, you know how passionate I am about this business. It's not just something I do for fun. I mean, it's awesome that it is fun, and it's even more awesome that I get to do this. It's my job, but I don't just like, oh yeah, it's something. Like, this is something that is serious to me. So our team is like my best friends, my family. I would do anything for those girls. And it's just one of those things that a lot of people don't understand, just being an outsider looking in. Like, you see us posting all the time, and you see us, like, how excited we are to go to Nashville and all these fun things that we're doing, but you're like, I don't get it. I just don't understand how this works. So if you are one of those people and you're not sure how this works, I would love to chat with you. I would love to set up a time to talk on the phone. We can do a video call, but whatever form of communication works best for you, just don't ever hesitate to reach out. Because if I never reached out to someone about this, I would not be here 2 years later speaking to you guys about this amazing opportunity and living in Florida, and I definitely wouldn't have the self-confidence to get on a live video 2 years ago. So that's a huge thing for me too, because that's something that I really battled with. Poor body image, self-confidence issues. I'm sure if you've seen some of my other posts, you know that I dealt with a lot of unhealthy ways to lose weight in college, and I still haven't even told you all of my story. I've just been sprinkling it, so it's just one of those things that has helped me completely transform my life in more ways than one, and I would love to be able to share that with you. So if you or anyone you know could benefit from something like this, an opportunity to work on themselves, to get fulfillment from helping others, to build an income working from home, so maybe that you can stay home with your kids and your family and not have to worry about not being there for them when they have dance recitals and you can't take off of work and all of that crazy stuff, then I would love to chat with you. So if you or anyone you know would be someone that would be awesome at this, somebody who could benefit from this, reach out to me or tag that person in this video or share this video with a friend or even if you are a coach and maybe you have a coach on your team who is feeling like it's just not working out for them, share this with them. Share this with them. Let them know, like, there is hope for you. I almost quit. I will be honest with you. I almost quit this coaching thing. It was back in December 2014. I was 6 months into the business, and I was like, I've had it with this. I can't do it. I'm just not having success with it. And I almost quit. And I'm really, really freaking thankful that I did not quit, because I would want to slap myself in the head if I quit. Really, this guy has to start doing the landscaping right now. Oh my God. But yeah, so if I had quit back in December, I don't even want to know what my life would be like now. So if you feel like you want to quit, I'm just reminding you that remember why you started. Don't quit before the miracle happens. And I'm a true testament to that, but I probably should go, since you probably can't hear me anymore, because we have some landscapers cutting their lawn and doing stuff. So thank you for hopping on this morning. I'm really grateful to be able to celebrate my 2-year anniversary as a coach with all of you. And I hope you have an amazing Friday. And just don't ever give up on your dreams. If you have something that you want to achieve, you can do it. No goal is too crazy or too big for you to accomplish. And yeah, cheers. Have an awesome Friday. Bye. Love you guys. Thanks for hopping on.